Masa Mita was among the very few that knew of Palpatine's alter ego as Darth Sidious and the Sith Grand plan that the Dark Lord was attempting to achieve through the numerous crises he had orchestrated as Supreme Chancellor. But unlike Sate Pestage and Sly Moore, two of Palpatine's other close confidants, Mas Amedda didn't come into power knowingly serving a Sith Lord, but rather was told following the election of the Naboo Senator, as it was decided by the Dark Lord that the Chagrian was fit to be within the inner circle. Prior to the election of Palpatine to Supreme Chancellor, Mas Amedda served as Vice Chair for Finis Valorum, making him the second most powerful person within the Senate, and him having the power to allow or disallow senators to speak during times of debate. At first, Amedda came into politics with idealistic, noble hopes to enact great change within the Senate, to diminish the influence of corruption from corporations and turn the political body back into the voice of the people rather than money, as it had been turned into during the twilight years of the Republic. But of course, despite his best efforts in doing everything he could, he was only able to create unnoticeable change in turning the Senate back to what it once was during the glory days. Fully realizing that the man he served as Supreme Chancellor, Finis Valorum, was a part of the larger problem of the corruption that took place within the Senate, Amedda was more than happy to help his opponent Palpatine take his position, as the Naboo Senator was known to be someone who didn't involve himself with the typical elite circles of Coruscant. As a result, the spark of idealism came back to Amedda, with hopes that the newly elected Chancellor would be one to create genuine change for the galaxy for the better. Of course, once elected to Supreme Chancellor, Palpatine seemed to have fallen into the same habits of all the Chancellors that came before him, preferring to appease the powerful of the core worlds over the common people. This was the last straw for Amedda, who decided to manipulate Palpatine by making himself appear as an indispensable political ally, while behind the scenes, he would be the one making the necessary changes to diminish the corruption within the Senate by using the power of the Supreme Chancellor's office as his own. Unknown to Amedda at the time, however, Palpatine was fully aware of what the Vice Chair was trying to do, and only let him continue with his ambitions because the Chagrian mainly targeted political opponents of Palpatine, making him a useful idiot to the Sith Lord. It wouldn't be until after the destruction of Outbound Flight that Palpatine would come to reveal his true self to Mas Amedda, as he came to believe that the Vice Chair of his administration was not only very useful to handling his political opponents, but would likely share his own vision of a unified galaxy under a new system of government. Not only did Palpatine reveal to Amedda of his Sith origins, but also that he had been fully aware of the manipulations the Vice Chair had attempted on him, and that, in reality, it was he who was manipulated this entire time. These revelations devastated Amedda, who saw all of his hard work those past years amount to nothing more but a stepping stone for Palpatine to rise into power. But the now revealed Sith Lord saw use in Amedda, and decided to bring the now disgruntled Chagrian into his fold, by convincing him how they both viewed the current state of the Republic as a disgrace to what it once was, and that the new order was necessary to bring it out of darkness. It was here that Amedda's beliefs in democracy and the people ruling over themselves came crashing down in favor of a more centralized government, ruled by those who knew what was best. For 25,000 years, democracy had had its chance, Amedda thought to himself, and if this depressing state of the Republic was what it ultimately led to, surely it was not a proper system of government. Being convinced by Palpatine's dreams of a new order of peace and prosperity throughout the future Galactic Empire, Amedda ultimately pledged himself to his new master and became one of Palpatine's most important members within his inner council, doing everything as Vice Chair to advance the Sith Grand plan and helping realize the creation of the Sith-controlled Galactic Empire. Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe for more videos like this one. And as always, may the Force be with you.